We will make the best decision on environmental and economic grounds, said South Australian Labor Senator Penny Wong in her capacity as Climate Change Minister this morning. She was talking about emissions trading, about which the public knows next to nothing, and climate change, about which everyone's an expert. Yet legislation to set up an emissions trading scheme will not be made on environmental and economic grounds alone, but political grounds. This is legislation which could force the country to an early election. It could force a changed outcome in that election. It's already threatened the political leadership of Malcolm Turnbull, and to you, the negotiations happening in Parliament House this week, well, they're money talks. The Liberals want changes to make it cheaper, to exempt agriculture and methane from coal-fired electricity from what's essentially a carbon tax. They're talking to Labor about amendments, but you wouldn't necessarily call those negotiations what negotiators call good faith. Will we go to the vote thinking the ETS is about climate change, or about a 5% surcharge on electricity and higher costs to business and households? That will depend on the election campaign and the economy. We've just made world finance news with new figures. They show Australia, almost alone among the OECD, hasn't seen a drop in the value of its exports since the crash. The dollar's up and may even surpass the greenback. The downside is that we're also among the first to raise interest rates, and they may go up again. The ETS may give Labor a trigger for an early election, but nothing guarantees a painless recovery. And speaking of recovery, Casey Stoner's back in the saddle, first in the Australian MotoGP at Phillip Island over the weekend, and bang on, Mark Webber takes his second win in Formula One. Ain't life grand?